All right, we're live. What is up, everyone, and welcome to another The Random Encounter podcast. This time we're on episode 37. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by Big Mike.
What up, what up?
And Phaneckswhy.
How's it going?
Got a bunch of stuff to cover for you today, but before we start, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of our YouTube subscribers. We're sitting at 288 subscribers. Huge. Oh man, what was that echo? Like
that was mine. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're at 288 subscribers. Appreciate everybody who subscribed. Definitely thank you. We've hit our goal a lot faster than we thought. So we did raise the goal to 300 subscribers, and we're so close already. We're only a little bit less than halfway through the month, and we have like 14 days left. Yeah, we have 14 days left in the month, and we just need 12 subscribers to go to hit that 300. So, you know what to do. Share the stream with everybody.
It's only 12 for real?
Yeah.
I haven't even checked today.
Yeah. We're at 288 subscribers. Only 12 more subscribers to 300. So,
damn, we got like 100 this month. That's crazy.
I know. We're getting there. Wow. And also, shout out to everybody who's been viewing the videos and actually watching it, because we just broke 2,000 viewing hours, or over 2,000 viewing hours, actually. We're about like about 2,100 viewing hours, which brings us a little bit more than halfway to that 4,000 viewing hour streak for us to be YouTube partners. So huge shout out to everybody who's watching those videos. We really do appreciate you guys. You don't know how much it means to us. I mean, for me, like, it's a lot. Like, every time I stare at it, it's just like, thank you. Like, I don't know how much I can thank you guys. So definitely thank you for doing that. I do also want to make a huge announcement. We're finally on Spotify. So if you love the podcast, and let's say you're not paying for, YouTube Premium, but you want to listen to it, just the audio, well, guess what? You can now go to Spotify and watch us on there. Just type in the Random Encounter Podcast, and we should show up. You know how our logo looks. It's plain, it's clean, it's easy to look at. Just look up that logo, and we definitely got 2 episodes up there right now. We have episode 35 and 36. I have to talk with Mike and Fan to see what they want us to do, if we're going to add the rest of the episodes that are missing, or we're just going to continue from here on forward. So we'll
add all of them, bro.
Add all of them? All right, there you go. You got the answer here.
As well.
There you go. You got the answer there.
For people who haven't been following like on YouTube or Twitch, if they're on Spotify, then they can kind of go back to the beginning and see how it all started.
Sounds good. There you go. The answer is there. The judges have spoken. But yeah, definitely don't forget to share that. Go over there and I forgot to add it to the description, so I'm going to probably do that sometime during the podcast now. But yeah, like I said, just search up the Random Encounter Podcast on Spotify. You can watch us there. Apple Podcast should be coming soon. I just have to set up that account and everything so that we can go ahead and do that. And then, I don't know what else everybody else uses for Spotify. Definitely leave it in the comments below, and I will work on trying to get it on that platform as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with today's small news. We're going to skip again, what we've been playing here, so we can kind of get through this, because there's quite a lot to talk about. And I think 2 of the topics we're going to be on for quite a while. So our first bit of small news is the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters are finally coming out, or there's finally a release date on consoles, which is April 19th. They'll be available on PlayStation 4, which means, of course, you can play it on PS5 and as well as Switch. You can pre-order the bundle on Switch. For whatever reason, you cannot pre-order it on PS4 for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, those will be available April 19th. I know I have Final Fantasy 6 and 2. Mike, don't you have some of the Pixel remasters? You have 1, because you did a video on that.
Yeah, I just have one. I have one on the Steam Deck.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm gonna buy 2 and 3 eventually, and like 4, but like I just haven't gotten around to it.
You're gonna stick to playing it on the Steam Deck, or are you gonna pick up the console versions?
I just got an OLED, so I might get the console version. So we'll see.
That pixel art might look clean on the OLED, on the swole LED.
I might get 2 on the OLED and see how that looks.
Yeah, I think it will look good. Yeah, go
But
ahead.
I did see the Pixel remaster, like the anniversary editions,
Yeah.
like are up on eBay for like $700. Like,
Yeah, because they're sold
Yeet.
out on Square Enix's
yeah,
website.
dude, they're sold out everywhere.
Yeah,
Scalpers gonna scalp.
it's a shame, but I mean it's quite pricey too. It's like $75 for all 6 games, which is up there with I believe on PC when it launched, it
This
was
is the anniversary edition, so it comes with like
oh, it has all
it,
the extra stuff. That's
yeah,
right. Okay.
it was expensive to begin with, but it's literally like triple the price of what it costs like normally. So
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Fan? Are you gonna pick up the Pixel remasters on console, or do you own any of them?
I don't own any of them because I've been waiting for them to come out so I can get it all as a bundle.
Yeah.
Because I know they've been kind of like coming out like in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But now since like all of them are out, I've been debating whether I want to buy the Switch version so I can get a physical. Didn't they come out with the physical?
There
I remember
is
there not.
only
Yeah, there's a
available on
physical. Yeah,
Square Enix store.
yeah. I see. I wasn't debating whether I was going to do that or buy it on Steam so I can play it on the Steam Deck.
Yeah. So this
it's only available on the Square Enix store.
yeah, to my knowledge it is. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be available anywhere else. Cuz yeah, I think last time I know we discussed it on one of our podcasts. It was and at that time I know it was only available on Square Enix store, and the last time I checked it was only there, and it's like $100 for the physical cuz it's I think $75 or
It,
$80 for the game, and then it's like $20 for shipping, which is ridiculous.
yeah, see, like that just sounds like
Mhm.
extra steps. Like I might just get it on the Steam Deck and play it in like 2 seconds instead of
Yeah.
waiting like 4 weeks to
Yeah.
get it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's also available like on the eShop, of course, and stuff like that. So like
Oh,
eShop,
true.
um,
Yeah.
so you can always download it that way, which is it's $75 on the eShop as well. But which is weird because like I'm almost positive when it came out on PC. Well, I guess they came out one by one, so that doesn't count. Never mind. What I was gonna say wouldn't count towards it. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of excited for that, and I think Mike brought up a good point. Like it might like the Pixel remasters might look amazing on the OLED because I know like Octopath Traveler looks amazing on the OLED. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might finish because I have 6 and 2. Maybe I might pick up the other ones on the Switch. We'll see. We'll see. More than likely, knowing me, I probably double dip because I always do that all the time. Uh, just like wasting money. But yeah, next bit of news: Suicide Squad got delayed to February 2nd, 2024. And man, it was leaked a little bit before. I think it was Jason Schreiber, right? That's his name. Yeah, Jason Schreiber, who I think that's his name, right? Or
Yeah.
okay, just make sure
Yeah.
I didn't fuse two people
It was
together. It's
it
like
was it was it was either him or the other dude. What's his name? Tom
Tom
Henderson or
Warren or
something? Or
Henderson.
someone.
Is it Warren or Henderson? Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's one of those. I
Yeah,
think it's Henderson or
yeah.
Warren. Is it? Hold on.
Yeah, now I'm getting all my people confused. Long day. Sorry about that. But I know it leaked a while back that it was getting delayed because of pretty much oh no. What happened there?
Tom Warren.
Okay. I was just looking at like it looked
You were
like
right.
the OneNote, like sorry, it looked like the notes just like some of it got erased for some reason, but maybe it's just my eyes. Anyways, yeah, so Tom Warren. Yeah, so I know one of them leaked that out, and I don't know, to me it's a no-brainer because the biggest issue with Suicide Squad is just the way the gameplay is going to work. Like it's a live service game. I think most people are just tired of live service games. Like I don't know, like I don't care for live service games. What about you guys?
I play only one live service game, and that's Destiny.
Destiny.
So like
Yeah.
I will not be playing another live service game.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
I'm kind of
Because
tired of live service games.
yep.
yep.
I I agree like it's one of those things that there's already live service games established, so it's really hard to pull people from one live service game to another because you already invested so much time into one game to just start a new game and kind of have to go through there. Like, nah. Not only
Well,
that, I think
that's what I'm saying. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna put another, thousand something hours into like another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I'm just gonna stick with the one that I have thousand something hours in. So
yeah, and apparently they're going heavy in with like loot boxes and like battle
well,
passes and all
well,
that.
well, isn't that why they delayed it? Aren't they gonna like fix all of that or
That
like
was
try
the
to take it out?
rumor. All they said in
Yeah.
their post was that they're just work on the game to improve it. That's it. Like we don't. They were very vague, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly why. Because the minute that got shown, everybody was like, "Nah, like I'm out." You know, which
Dude,
is a shame.
that game's already not gonna make money because
I,
it's got delayed so many times and everything, dude.
yeah,
Like they're probably way over budget.
yeah. No, I agree. I just think it's going to be a fail. It to me at least is very hard to change my mind in a game. There's very few games that have come back like that. Like Final Fantasy 14 is one of the few games that went from like dumpster fire, like trash, to an amazing game, and they restarted it like completely. Which big props to them because it takes a lot of money to do that. And rather than cancel it, they salvaged what they had and saved it. And big props to Yoshi P, which is something we're going to talk about a little bit later. Hence the background on both me and the podcast background there. But yeah, kind of sucks. Fan, were you excited about this game at all or no?
I was,
No.
dude. That's the thing.
Mm,
They killed it with that last state of play.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The gameplay in that state of play kind of just
They should have just not
like
released that, dude.
Yeah.
all any momentum they had was basically killed.
Do you
Essentially at that point.
do you feel it's because it's the Suicide Squad and not like
No,
other characters?
no.
No.
I was
I
excited
actually,
about
I
the
actually think
Suicide
that
Squad.
it being Suicide Squad
Yeah.
is a plus,
Okay.
right? Just because there's been so many games where like like Batman, you're playing the good guy, kind of,
Yeah.
right? Doing all that stuff, but Suicide Squad as a franchise has been kind of like slowly getting better. People were excited about the movie, which the movie didn't do great, but then the second one I think kind of like did better with James Gunn at the head of it
Yeah.
at that point. Um, and just like getting to play those bad guys like in the game where you're actually trying to kill the superheroes
Yeah.
is like an interesting take, even though that's how it was in the comics. They did that in the comics. I think it was trying to like go through the whole like injustice like timeline and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, with what they showed at the actual state of play, like it didn't make me interested in playing it at all.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, cool,
I think
Captain
what
Boomerang can fly around on a jetpack.
Yeah, I was gonna say what really bothered me is just the gameplay of how each looked. Like Harley Quinn just looked like she was playing as Batman, right? She's jumping around like hook shotting everywhere or whatever you want to call it, zip lining, whatever you want to call it. I'll call it hook shot because Zelda, right? But like like going everywhere, and it's like I don't know if Harley Quinn can actually do all that stuff. Like it's
Well, they didn't play into like characters' attributes. They
Mhm.
just made it to where they all play similar, in
Yeah,
order to get around the city and kill
yeah,
enemies and stuff like that.
yeah, like what's his name? The shark guy.
King Shark.
King
Yeah,
Shark.
King Shark. Yeah, it's like what? He's like jumping like all like he's just going crazy. I'm like, huh? Like
So when they first announced this game, I thought it was just gonna be like a story-driven game where you can switch between like the characters and
Mhm,
kind of like Arkham City, but like Suicide Squad.
mhm.
That's what the impression I was
Yeah,
under. Then they
and
started like coming out with and then they
each person
started
has its
coming
own
out
play
with
style, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And then
Like Gotham
they
Knights, you're
started
thinking?
Gotham Knights with Suicide Squad, but better. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, then they started releasing more stuff, and then I'm just like, yo, this looks trash. Like, just absolutely. From the moment they started like releasing more stuff, dude. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
this game's not gonna be good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, and it's the final game that we'll get to hear Kevin Conroy's voice too.
And they're
Uh,
ruining it.
yep.
Everyone's gonna be so mad, dude. Like, there's gonna be so much hate. Like,
Yeah. It's a shame. But yeah, that's Suicide Squad. Another bit of small news, which I think is actually pretty big news, is Miyazaki is named one of Time Magazine's most influential people of 2023. And I believe the only other game developer to be on that list was Miyamoto, and I believe that was back in 2005. Let me actually fact check myself because I wanted to
didn't Neil didn't Neil drunk Druckmann or something like write the article or help write the article?
for Time
To do,
Magazine.
yeah.
I did not know that. If he did, that's pretty cool.
I thought I read
Ah,
something
never
like
mind.
that. I
I
don't
can't
know.
fact check because there's this weird there's a bug for whatever reason every time I switch windows, like if I put Discord in the background, it like blacks it out. I don't know why. I got to figure out why OBS keeps doing that. It's weird. So I can't fact check it, but hopefully one of you guys can do that real quick. I don't know. I think it's well deserved because I think what he's done in the gaming space is prove that like, hey, you don't have to make an easy hand holding game or hand holding tutorial to make a great game, right? You can have a very difficult game and it can still be fun. And
2007.
2007 was when Miyamoto had it. Okay, so 2007, yeah, it would make sense around when the Wii came out. Uh, so yeah, like to me, I think he deserves it for sure. Cause like nowadays, I feel like every game has a tutorial that's so handholdy, and and a lot of games are just very easy. Where if you look at the games that Miyazaki have done, the majority of them are very difficult, right? You have Dark Souls, Elden Ring, even 3D dot game Heroes, which I believe was him, which is a Zelda like, was still very difficult for what it was. It wasn't like as easy as, let's say, like a Link Between Worlds, right? Which is a game that came out a little bit after. So I don't know. I think he deserves it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he actually he still makes games that got gaming to where it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like back in the day, there wasn't like huge tutorials or like easiness. You know what I mean? Each game was difficult. There was barely any tutorial. And you had to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty much he's holding that tradition with his games,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is nice. I don't think every game needs to be like that, but it definitely like has its place. Like I don't think more games need to like do like a Dark Soul like template. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't need to happen. And him being named times 100 most influential people, that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Which is going to be annoying. It's going to be like live service games. Now we're going to start hearing that, oh, this game is too Souls like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's another Souls like game. You know what I mean? Like, I
You know
guarantee it.
what if Miyazaki and Miyamoto got together and made like a Mario Souls like game. Like like
I'd
you
play
play
it.
as Mario and then yeah
I'd
you
play
play
it.
as Mario and it's just like ridiculously difficult. You
Right. You have to upgrade your gear and like
exactly. You got to
kill
upgrade your
Goombas
jumps.
and like,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
The Goombas don't just walk. They actually go after you and attack you like
yeah, yeah.
like the Koopas, they go ahead and they actually go inside their shell and just will
Oh, can you
speed towards you.
imagine? Can you imagine those hammer bros in that game, dude? That
Yeah.
would be the most annoying thing in the world, dude. Like,
Yeah, the bosses. Yeah, you'll have the boss will be I forgot what they call it. The giant like faces that like slam down.
Oh yeah,
oh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are
Oh
the
my god.
bosses. Like you have a whole like platforming section of them. Like that's something that like
Dude,
Miyazaki could probably give like, hey, instead
Nintendo,
of
this
making
is
this
free, bro. You can take this if you make it. Like,
that would be crazy. Actually, I would play it. Like it's almost like Mario Lost World, right? Like or Lost
yeah,
Levels. Like those have super difficult levels.
or
But
the
yeah.
or the ones in Mario Maker, like
Yeah,
the
Mario the
ridiculous ones.
yeah. Oh man, I can't
Oh god.
believe some of
Just
those.
imagine just imagine if they did a Mario, but it was like a roguelike where all
Uh
the stages were random. Like every single
Oh,
one.
That'd be pretty cool. I think I'm not a big roguelike or roguelite fan, but I think that'd be pretty cool. Like the only one that I really liked was Dead Cells, and that's just how fast paced Dead Cells is.
have you ever played Hades?
I did. I got bored.
Y- Really?
Yeah,
Uh,
like after my third like going through, I'm just like, it's the same thing over and over.
Yeah, I put
Like
like
I
30
mean,
hours into that
every
game.
roguelite and roguelite is the same way. It's just how Dead Cells, like how fast paced it is. I just loved it. It just felt like, I don't know, like I was breezing through areas and I just kept going infinitely. Where Hades is a little bit more slower pace, and it just didn't keep my attention that much. Oh, the other roguelite I played was 20XX, but that's because it's like a Mega Man like. So
oh
it's
yeah.
it's yeah randomly generated as well, but you play as like there's two characters. One plays pretty much like Mega Man X, and the other one plays like Zero, and it's co-op too, which is pretty cool. So I played that with my
Huh.
son,
That's
and I enjoyed
interesting.
it. You never played
You
that
play
game?
Returnal?
Yeah. Oh, Returnal I like too. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Returnal's another one. Uh, yeah.
You should
20
play a Circuit. I think it was called like something Circuit. Closed Circuit
the
or
one that looks like Mega Man,
yeah.
or it's like yeah, I saw that one. I know the one that has a free demo, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have to try out that demo. I heard it's pretty good. But yeah, well,
Gravity Circuit, that's what it's called.
yeah, I have to try that one. But yeah, fam, what's your thoughts about Miyazaki being in Time magazine?
I think it's cool, that he got pretty much that recognition.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of like with Demons, Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Elden Ring and all that stuff. He kind of set like a um What's the word I'm looking for?
Like
He said a genre, basically, for gamers, right?
yeah.
Pretty much. Like, I mean, that's a like any game that has like a high difficulty, everyone is gonna basically call, man, it's like you said, oh, it's kind of like Dark
Yeah.
Souls.
What's
It's
up?
got that he's term like associated now with it.
Yeah. What's up, AP40? Appreciate you joining the stream. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's become iconic, right? Like, because now everybody knows what's a Souls like. Even if you haven't played the games, you kind of know that formula. He created that term Souls like, right? Which I think, yeah, it's well deserved. Like, he's influenced, I think, the way a lot of people go and play games. Like, even like playing like God of War, right? When I played God of War, it felt a lot like Dark Souls in terms of like gameplay. So I'm not talking about like OG PS2 God of War. I'm talking about like what was that, 2019, 2018 when that one came out?
2018. Yeah.
20, yeah. So yeah, that one, and it felt like that. I was like, okay, I can get behind this, and I enjoyed that, and I feel like a lot of games kind of push that. Which to me, when I think about it too, it just reminds me of Zelda, like Ocarina of Time, like gameplay, right? Z targeting, and then you're kind of moving around. So similar, just better dodging mechanics,
If
stuff like that.
anything, like developers are like making difficulty like between normal to
Mhm.
hard. Like the difference between the two is such like even more so now
Yeah,
than it was in the past.
yeah, that's
And a
true.
lot of people are
Oh
playing that.
yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, hey, I'm just gonna play hard mode just because that's what they're used to with Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, I'm used to a difficult game. I'm
Well,
gonna jump into hard mode.
so with that, I think it's a little bit different because I feel like going back to what I said earlier, games have been getting easier. So a lot more people are jumping to hard mode because, like, come on, like all these games are very hand holding. It's like the AI is just standing in front of you, waiting for you to hit them. Where it's like, what, I need a challenge. So people go to hard mode because they're like, I need that challenge. Like Fire Emblem is a good example for Fire Emblem Engage. I started with hard mode because I'm like, hey, like Fire Emblem back then was hard. Like you would have to play on normal. Now it's like I play Fire Emblem Engage. I just go to hard mode, and it's like, come on, like I'm breezing through the beginning like it's nothing, and it takes. I have to get towards the end of the game for it to be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I feel like that's why like Jedi. What was the first one? Fallen
Fallen Order?
Order. Yeah, Fallen
Yeah.
Order was the same thing. I started with hard mode because I'm like, yeah, most games are easy. But that game I actually had to turn down the difficulty because I started dying a lot
That
at one spot.
that
Yeah.
that game was like it was like the difficulty at normal was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that
That's one of the
that
very
normal
few
difficulty was
games.
good.
Yeah.
uh,
Like
One
I
of the very
tried
few
because
playing
games like
hard
that.
and I'm like, nope, I gotta go back to normal.
Yep.
Like I can't do it.
the only reason I switched to normal is like for time issues. Like if I've been playing a game for a month and a half and I'm like, I need to beat it. Like,
That's
all right,
true.
normal. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm
Like,
thinking of doing with Fire Emblem Engage because it's getting to a point
yeah.
where each map is taking longer for me to complete. I'm like, I want to get through it and just get it out of the way. Like Advanced Force, I probably won't start in hard mode. I'll just probably just do normal and or if there's a hard mode, I'll just do normal. David says I did really good on hard mode on Jedi Fallen Order. Look at
Oh,
you. I mean,
kudos to you, man.
you're a beast, man. That's why.
Yeah, but can you beat Melina and Elden Ring with only a pot on your head?
Yeah, right.
Or you mod Elden Ring and do what that guy did, where he basically every single enemy was Melina.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Dude, that's crazy because it's the same. Let me solo her as the dude playing it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh no, fan, your camera froze on my side. I'm not sure if it's frozen on yours.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Gotta screenshot that picture and make it into an emote. Go ahead, David. Screenshot that. Ah, that would have been a perfect emote. Like, oh yeah. By the way, I forgot to mention that earlier in the stream. I did add 2 emotes on there. I'm trying to get through to add more. So like, if you subscribe, you have different emotes on there on Twitch. So then, definitely check those out. I am trying to go ahead and expand on the stuff we have whenever I get the free time. Mike has the soundboard rolling with a bunch of stuff, so you'll hear you'll hear on a bunch of our streams. You'll hear the soundboard going
I'm
off.
still working on it.
But yeah, going
If
out
you do
there.
an emote, there's an emote you need to do, which would be the a rolling Pokeball.
Rolling Pokeball. Which
Yeah.
you're gonna have to show me which one that is. I don't know which one.
Oh, you can make one. It's
Yeah, there goes
pretty easy.
AP40 doing the Mega Man X one. So I got that, and then the subscriber one is a different one. It's I believe it's it's X doing his like after you complete a level, which is pretty cool. So yeah,
Wait,
what's up?
so you added all the Pokemon ones and everything?
There's Pokemon ones in there. I didn't add any. If they're in there, then I don't know who
I mean,
added
you could
it.
make one. You could make
Yeah,
Pokemon ones.
I was gonna say yeah because
Oh,
I know I
that's
didn't add
good.
that. Yeah, so moving on to our next bit of small news, Microsoft is experimenting with Windows handheld mode, which I felt that was going to come sooner rather than later because there's a bunch of Windows-based handheld PCs out there. You know, Steam Deck, yeah, kind of made it popular, right? But Steam Deck runs Linux, and it kind of makes sense. You have stuff like the Aya Neo. There's the GPD Win 30, I believe it's called, and there's a couple of other ones on there. There's a One X player. Um, I'm probably missing a couple more, but there's a bunch of Windows-based handhelds out there, so it makes sense to make like a handheld mode for Windows for those devices because they're becoming a lot more popular as time goes on.
Quick question before, not
Yeah,
to interrupt you. Is your Twitch stream up? Or is it just like, because it's not coming up on mine? Is it just
yeah,
me?
yeah, it's up.
Oh, it's up. Okay.
Yeah, we
Just
have.
making
Yeah,
sure.
David's been writing on Twitch, and AP40 has also been writing on
Okay.
Twitch. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it's cool that they're doing that because I would like a Windows based like. Oh, now it's lagging behind. Now I'm dropping frames. Yeah, David just
Just
said
kind of
it.
like what
It's
with
up.
like Windows S or Windows Small. What was it called? Whereas like they made a run smaller rundown version for less powerful computers. That
Oh,
was
Yeah,
tiny
us.
build.
yeah. Windows. Oh, the one that's like stripped. Well, that's not
Yeah.
Microsoft though, right? That's like a third party did that.
No, no. Microsoft did it. Because they
I
they
was
made
talking
they
about
made
the
it
third
originally
party.
for the Surface
Oh, you think of Windows
originally.
RT?
Yes, that's what I was
Oh
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if they're doing something similar to that, but for handheld. Like just
yeah.
like you said, that they're building a kind of stripped down version designed for handhelds,
I
just
mean,
to make it easier.
it wouldn't be hard. They just got to take the thousands of services that run for no reason in the background off, and
Yeah.
then they
Yeah,
can do it.
yeah. That's true. I mean, I know there's one that was like I think not open source, but somebody stripped down like all the extra stuff you get in
Yes.
Windows 11, and
Yeah,
then
I
you can
remember.
get it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah. I
like
know that
Windows
one.
Light mode or
Yeah,
something like that. But that's not made by Microsoft. That's made by a third
yeah.
party there. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. The biggest issue I have with like Neos and stuff like that, like since it does run like Windows, you don't have like a nice UI. I know Aya has like their own like UI thing that you can do or use, but like it's nice to see that Microsoft's doing it themselves, which I feel like they should have done it to
They're
begin
getting
with.
scared, man. They're getting scared that everyone's going to switch to Linux. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like, because
I
like the
mean,
more this happens, the more gamers are going to switch to Linux.
yeah, I mean Linux is it's coming. It's coming full force ever since the Steam Deck came out, and I feel like a lot more people are, getting into Linux versus Windows. But yeah, I think that's kind of cool that they're doing that. Another bit
You
of
think
Mhm.
Steam machines are gonna come back?
I don't know.
mm,
I think they're just going to stick with the Steam Deck.
yeah, I don't see Steam machines coming back. Honestly, like, because
Everyone's doing, because even I don't think they're coming back. Everyone's doing handhelds
yeah.
because now even Asus is dropping a
Well,
handheld like
Yeah.
soon.
so let me backtrack. Actually, there's a possibility that it might come back, and the reason behind that is because when you look at like, there's a lot more mini PCs coming out, and if you watch people like ETA Prime and people like that, there's a lot more like people or like companies manufacturing like mini PCs and stuff like that. So I feel like that's what's gonna happen. They
So
could
they're
they could do like a mini PC. I'm sorry.
they're still around, but like they're just not mainstream. I don't think they'll be mainstream again though.
No,
You
I
know
mean
what I mean? Like, because like Intel makes one called it's like the Nook
Yeah.
NUC or something like that. Like, and
I've
it's
never
like a
heard of it.
small
Yeah,
form factor gaming PC.
That's their like modular design though. Like it's
So I don't know.
sorry about that. Hold on, I'm doing something real quick. But yeah, yeah, I could see it. Like honestly, like because if you think about it, if you can get a good APU with Steam OS for let's say $500, right? Maybe $400 and sell it and advertise it like a console, right? You just buy it and you can use whatever controller you want. I think people would buy it, honestly.
Yeah, but I think that would undercut the Steam Deck.
You,
Like,
you think
so
so?
you could buy a Steam Deck, get a dock, and then you have the same thing.
Yeah, but
pretty
these would be
much.
more popular, or not popular, more powerful, right? You can get a stronger like
Yeah.
APU. You're not tied down to like just a 15 watt, right? TDP, right? You can get something that goes like 20 or 30. So yeah, I guess we won't know. We'll have to see the future because the
Who
future is
knows what
now.
happens with the Steam Deck too? So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And our last bit of small news: Persona 3 remake might have been leaked. So this happened earlier this week where somebody claimed that this footage was at a Sega like event. I don't remember exactly what the name of it was, but basically they showed off like Sonic Frontiers, like early footage of Sonic Frontiers there, and then they showed off Persona 3, which looked like a better looking version of Persona 3, right? It definitely wasn't the Persona 3 like portable like HD port that we got recently, but it looked like a full blown like remake of Persona 3. And they also showed off Jet Set Radio. Did you guys take a look at that?
No, no,
No, you didn't see that?
no,
yeah,
I did
I
not
didn't
see
know they were
that
gonna
till
do
this
a
point.
remake.
Yeah, so last year there was a report that there was a Persona 3 remake in the works, and people were like, no, I don't believe that. And now this came out this week, and now people are speculating because apparently the Jet Set Radio remake is confirmed, but I couldn't find anything else that like confirmed it, like anything specific. But supposedly that's already confirmed to be coming, and Persona 3 might be coming too. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if that comes up. Because like the only thing that made sense there was Sonic Frontiers, but I mean anybody could have done like a high end texture mod to like Persona Fez, right, on the emulation, and then you can switch out the texture stuff like that. So anybody could have done something like that. I don't know if they're legit. I guess we'll have to wait and see if there's a Persona 3 remake. Because I don't know. Like, do you think Persona 3 needs? Well, it probably does need a remake. It is a PS2 game and a
I would
PS3
say,
game.
but just make a new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You know what I
like,
mean? It still kind of holds up, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not unplayable, you know? So it's like you're using all that time and money to make a remake when you could just make Persona 6,
yeah,
you know, or whatever.
and that's what I'm thinking too. It's like I don't see Atlas spending time remaking a Persona game. If anything, I feel like they would go back to like Persona 1 and 2 and remake those because like there's a lot of people who've never played those games. So I feel like they would go back in time to those games versus going and starting off with 3. But I mean, who knows? I mean, I would be excited if a remake came out, but I feel most people would probably want a new one, right, fan?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just trying to get like a what? Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how the remake's going to be done. Whether it's just going to be like a slight remaster or like a completely rebuild remake. You know, because that
Yeah,
word, the name remake, has been so fluid recently. It's kind of
yeah,
hard to pinpoint exactly what it's going to be.
yeah. In terms of this, it looked like a full blown remake. Like the models were even better looking than Persona 5. So
Okay.
yeah, it looked almost like you guys ever played the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, or at least seen the graphics, like
Yeah.
how
Yep.
cell shaded they are. It almost looked like it was like that cell shaded, like really detailed, like cell shaded, like anime style art, which was pretty cool. Or I guess you could say Tales of Arise is another one that's really detailed anime art too. So it almost looked like that. So I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, remakes have been like blowing up recently, so I can kind of see that people like the Persona 3, like
Hmm.
they're like,
Yeah.
all right, with Resident Evil 4 remake that came out, that's just completely dominating, and
Yep.
Dead
Dead
Space.
Space and Metroid
Now everyone's
Prime,
gonna remake
like
everything, dude. It's
are
gonna get
like, all right,
annoying.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, as long as the franchise is worth the remake, I'm down for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
It's
true.
Gods of Arcadia.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm down
need
for
to,
that.
dude.
That was rumored a while back. We didn't cover it, but that was rumored a while back. Not rumored, but like supposedly there was a leak that Sega's working on Skies of Arcadia too. There's a bunch of leaks with Sega because Atlas is Sega as well. So, which I mentioned, well, that's why Sonic Frontiers and Jet Set Radio were there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if these leaks are true, if it's wishful thinking. Because the last bit of Sega news I have to talk about today is Sega's thinking of buying Ravio, which is the Angry Birds developer, which I think is kind of weird, but it also makes sense because mobile games are, I mean, they bring in money, a lot of money. So it kind of makes sense to have like a good revenue stream in mobile so that you can get all that extra money. David said, "Yeah, I want remakes of games I never played."
Yeah.
Makes
for
sense,
sure.
yeah. And that I agree with you there. Like if there's a game that I've never played, I would like a remake of that as well. I mean, I'm trying to think of a game. What I really would like is a Final Fantasy VI remake, like an
See
actual remake.
what I always said is like make a Lost Odyssey remake, right? And you know,
Hmm.
like in Lost Odyssey, you have like those like writing where it's not like cutscene or anything. Like you have to like read like a
Yeah,
whole excerpt,
yeah,
and then like just do it to where like it's like a cutscene or
yeah.
that part's playable or something, like a flashback. You know what I
So,
mean? Like,
I was laughing because you brought up Lost Odyssey. In Wario 64 is like the deal. So if you guys aren't part of our Discord channel, definitely join in there. I do have like a section for Wario 64 deals where it just grabs directly from his Discord server and puts it there in our server. But I was looking at it and it was like Lost Odyssey was on sale. But if you look at the cover art, instead of it saying Lost Odyssey, it says Final Fantasy 13. Because like people say that Lost Odyssey is the true Final Fantasy 13 and not Final Fantasy
oh,
13.
for
Yeah,
real?
yeah.
That's funny.
So I was laughing. I was like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because Lost Odyssey is a lot better than Final Fantasy 13 for sure.
Oh
But
yeah, blows it out of the water, bro. It's
yeah,
not even like a comparison. Like,
yeah,
Oh,
amazing
they're not
game.
out here.
Highly recommend Lost
I don't know.
Odyssey if you're into JRPGs
They
for
should be in
sure.
his room because that's where it was
Yeah,
last.
he also said like I would never have finished RE4 original. So yeah, uh,
yeah. I still
that's
need
true.
to play it. I'm still on chapter 2, bro. Like, I haven't even had a chance to play it. Like,
Yeah, I just can't force myself to finish fighting what's his name Salazar. So we'll see. I'll finish it eventually, one of these days. But yeah, let's go to our first big topic of the day. Now, we only have two big topics because the small news were kind of big news too. But Tears of the Kingdom trailer, man, I don't know about you guys, but like I was on the fence. I was like, man, do I really want to watch this? Like, yeah, let me watch it. And then I watched it, and like that trailer just got me hyped. I was like, I had to stare at my watch. I was like, man, what's today's date? Like, why do I gotta wait so long? Oh man, that trailer was amazing. Let's start with you, Mike. What are your thoughts on this trailer?
it looks really good, dude. Like, I was like all caught up on like the crafting because of the gameplay section, but once they like showed like the trailer, like I'm like, all right, it's gonna be good. Like
Yeah,
all like the different characters and like the environments and stuff. Like
yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like this is gonna be a good one. I literally had my whole office watching it on my computer. I literally like seeing it, pulled it up, and then they're like, "Are you watching the Zelda trailer?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then everyone started like crowding around, like.
Oh, what about you, fan?
Um, like it kind of reminded me of watching like the Breath of the Wild trailers when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the final one, just like I had that same feeling, same excitement when I saw like Link running through with riding through with his horse, and you see the other like NPCs fighting against enemies.
Yeah,
And I'm like, man, I'm hoping that's like something you can actually get people to do. Like it doesn't
yeah,
just happen randomly. Like you can actually like talk to people
Influence
like,
it.
hey, yeah, influence like the actual like battles.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, so this is like a lot of people are comparing this to the 2017 trailer that they released. I believe it was like in January when they announced the Switch. Uh, I believe that's when they showed it off, and that had like the hype music and everything, and just like it was very story focused, and they showed like all these shots. And I agree. I think they were going with that same feel because it starts off slow and then you just see Link just going ahead and just diving in, and it's just like one after another. It's just like, oh man, just amazing. Like they showed off a lot of like world building, right? So the biggest issue that people had with this world was with Breath of the Wild was like it felt empty, and to me, yeah, I agree. It was a little bit empty, but it was still amazing nonetheless. Like it got you very curious. I'm like, oh, what's over this mountain? What's over here? Where does this lead to? What's these ruins here? Can I find any Easter eggs of other Zelda titles in this area? Oh, hey, this has the same name as another place in another Zelda game. Let's see what's over here. And that kind of got you searching around. In this game, though, it looks like there's a lot of things to look forward to. It looks like it confirms an underground. So like it was rumored for a while that you're not only going to the sky, you're going underground as well. And there's like a huge section. There's like the minecart area that's underground, And watching Zeltek's video, which fan had recommended as well, you can see that there's kind of like in between the trailers, you can see the connections of certain areas that were in one trailer that lead to this current trailer. We finally got a confirmation that the guy there was Ganondorf. Everybody kind of speculated it was Ganondorf, and it was him. You got rehydrated Ganondorf there, who's looking like a beast. Like I'm liking his
Looking
how
like
he
a
looked.
whole snack, bro. Like he literally just got buffed out, dude.
I
Like,
know. He's got a like his outfit is like a kind of Ronin style, right? It's like a cut off sleeve, but then he has like the long blade, the long sleeve, and then he has like what looks like a samurai like katana on his hip and everything.
Yeah, kind of like Wind Waker Grant Ganon.
Yeah, like he reminded me a lot of Wind Waker Ganon
Yeah.
actually. A mixture of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess Ganon, because that's when they added the beard there, and yeah, I think both had the beard. Yeah, they both did. And what else did they show? How you showed like you saw the NPCs, they were all around. It looks like you could have fight with the NPCs. Kind of made it look like what's the Warriors game? Not Hyrule Warriors, but the other one.
Age of Calamity.
Yeah, Age of
AOC.
Calamity. Yep. Like Age of Calamity, they had that. What else did they show? Oh man, there's a lot. You saw the new champions, which was kind of cool. They were fighting alongside Link. Like there's that little, I don't know if it's a cutscene or gameplay, but like Link is jumping in the air and you have the Rito champion kind of right behind him. That was kind of cool.
That was a
Yeah.
different Rito champion though. One
So
like than the one in Breath of the Wild. It's a different
Yeah.
one than the one in Breath of the Wild.
It's his son. So the one in Breath of the Wild is the dad, and I guess in this one it's the son. There's speculation there's something dark going on because Zeltek pointed out too that there's tiers. If you notice, Zelda has a tier, which is a yellow tier.
Yeah.
Ganon has a tier, which is a red tier, which you would assume that would go to the Goron champion because what's his name? Is it Scion? That's his name? The Zoro champion. He has a blue type of he has a blue tier,
Okay.
and I forgot
You
what
think they're rainbow tiers? You think there's rainbow tiers where every champion has a tier?
a tier. I think
A
so.
different color.
Well, there has to be different colors because one of the like in the first trailer they show like the figure, and then there's tiers there, and there's 7 tiers in total all around. So like you're counted already 4 of the tiers. Ganon has a red one, which is probably what rehydrates him, right? Well, people are assuming that it's actually the Goron tier, and maybe the Goron champion dies to Ganon. I mean, who knows? Like, because they're going for a darker tone, and Aonuma said that like this is going to be a darker tone Zelda. It's going to be a lot more like Majora's Mask, which was very dark. There's a lot of interesting.
So hype, bro.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this trailer. Like, I highly recommend watch the trailer. It is well worth it. If you're not a Zelda fan, you're missing out because this game is going to be amazing. The crafting system looks like they showed more. Like I was wondering, like, is it only for like stuff you find on the field? But they showed off like a sword fused with a shield, which was pretty cool. He blocked it. It was a 2-handed sword, and he just blocks it with the shield and then attacks right back, which is pretty dope. They showed off like the little like Gundam type deal. Link built this giant robot to fight the bogoblins on a what do you call it? Is it Talos? Like the rock giant monster. So a lot of cool stuff going on, and I am so hyped. This is day one for sure. We're gonna be streaming that. Our group stream is just gonna be 3 feeds of the same game. You're gonna watch me, Fan, and Mike just play it on stream. That's gonna be our group stream. We're just gonna
because I don't think anyone else wants to play Fortnite or something the night that comes out.
And our solo streams are gonna be just Tears of the Kingdom. So
yeah. There's going to be a lot of Zelda that month, bro.
Yeah. And every YouTube video is probably going to be Tears of the Kingdom too. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of that. So definitely take a look.
There's going to be a lot of Zelda because I also bought the OLED and the controller. So it's going to be a lot of Zelda videos.
Yep. I want the controller. I got the Amiibo, so it's going to line up to my Amiibo collection that I have here. I have all the Breath of the Wild Amiibos, and then I have Majora's Mask Link. I have Ocarina of Time Link right here. Let me see if you can see him with the Ocarina. And then I also have Young Link as well. Right? So I'm just missing a few more, but I will add Tears of the Kingdom link to my collection. Super excited. Can't wait to
I'm
play
pretty
this
sure I
game.
pre-ordered that. I just don't remember if I did or didn't. Yes, I
Oh,
did. I did.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say I think everybody pre-ordered the minute it came out. It's like
Yeah.
that's it. 'Cause I don't care if I'm going negative. Here you go. Not.
Yeah, the
um,
only thing I could not get was the collector's editions of Tears of the Kingdom.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wanted.
it went back up a few days ago, and I tried, but no luck.
It's just too hard to get. So I
Yeah,
gave up, and I'm like, I'm just gonna buy the pre-order the regular one.
I didn't even try it because I figured like there's no way I'm gonna get it. Let me just continue on with my
Surprisingly,
day.
though, the OLED's still in stock. So
It's in stock again.
surprisingly,
It was sold
it
out last time I checked, so it came back in
was
stock.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I looked like yesterday. It was at least yesterday. Like, and I'm like,
Uh,
that's surprising. Like, I thought that was gonna sell out super quick.
yeah. I think some people are on the fence of buying the OLED because like some people are expecting a new, Switch OLED or not new Switch OLED, a new Switch to come out next year, which there's no
Yeah.
confirmation on that, but it's speculation. It kind of makes sense, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, either way, you can probably sell it, especially that OLED. You could probably sell it for a lot of money to somebody who's collecting it for sure.
Well, in like 10 years for sure. Like
Yeah, that's
when
true.
everyone
Yeah,
like damages theirs and everything. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Or just
Yeah,
hold.
when the Switch becomes a retro console.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Or when a hack comes out for the OLED versions, and then I'm sure a lot of people would do that as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to another game I'm very hyped for, and this I was gonna skip for sure. Like this one was definitely like I don't need to see it. I'm already buying the game. I don't want to know more about it. And then I got home and I was like, you know
Dude, the state
what?
of play was.
I know. I was like, I got home and I was like, you know what?
I had to make sure you were watching it.
We run a podcast. So I was like, I gotta watch it and I gotta report on it. So I was like, let me put it on. I put it on and I was like, wow, I would have been the biggest idiot ever to not watch this. Did you watch it, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about it? Because I know you've been on the fence about getting it day one. Did this state of play change your mind?
Bro, hot take.
Yeah.
It looks like a really good action RPG,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not gonna like define any kind of thing in the genre. Like it looks
I
like
agree.
it's gonna. I'm saying it's day one. I'm gonna play
Mhm.
day one. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna enjoy it, but it's just gonna be a good
Not a
action
game
RPG.
changer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be a game
Yeah,
changer.
it's just a solid game.
I've read some of the comments, and people are acting like it's a second coming of Christ, and I'm like, they're gonna be the ones that are disappointed. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, because I think it's gonna be a really good, well-made action RPG.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah,
I agree with you. I don't think that's a hot take. Well, maybe it is
yeah,
to like the fanboys out there, but like I agree with you. Like it looks safe, right? The mechanics looks really good. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts influence there. Like if you guys
yeah.
remember the shot
I was about
lock,
to say that.
yeah,
Yeah,
the shot locks in there. I was like, hey, I'll take it. Which I don't mind, and I think that's good. Like I
Final
don't mind that.
Fantasy 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like the gameplay reminds me of if you played Kingdom Hearts, but I
Mhm.
also get like it feels like they took Final Fantasy VII remake like play and then like polished it even more and made
Yeah.
it even more action.
Like
And
Final
less,
Fantasy
yeah.
VII Remake's good. This one
Yeah.
is definitely going to be good, but it's like at the end of the day, it's just action RPG with Final Fantasy skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like some cool aspects is like the big like epic battles and how you change into that one monster thing and
Yeah,
stuff
the
like
kaiju
that.
battle stuff was like I'm like, well, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. I'm definitely here for it. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not like I'm like super hyped because it's like I played a million action RPGs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it didn't really change my mind, but I'm still buying. I have the collector's edition pre-ordered and everything. So
Yeah. Yeah. To me, like I was like when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I watched it. Hey, the biggest thing for me, and everybody here knows what's my favorite thing in a video game that I like to make sure.
the music.
Yeah. And I was like, is the music gonna be good? And man, the music was amazing. I was like, yes, this is Final Fantasy. I love it. The music was just
The music was
amazing.
good.
Like I was like, this is what I like. The world, like they showed a lot more of like different areas, which I liked. The combat is looking more solid because I'll admit I was afraid of the combat because it looked a little bit too generic. But now that it's showing more of like the Kingdom Hearts like action RPG elements of it, I like the UI, right? Like the menus that they have there. I think that's pretty solid. I like their take on the menus. It looks really nice. Because I was menus people might not care about, but if it's an ugly menu, it bothers me. I'm like, come on, like
Same.
you didn't even try. Like Dragon Quest does that a lot. Like it's just a black screen with white text, and I'm like, I get it. That's since the beginning of Dragon Quest. That's always been his thing. It finally changed it up in Dragon Quest 11S. But yeah, that's a thing that bothers me. David says, I never play Final Fantasy. I don't think you like turn-based games, if I remember correctly. You said they're not your style games, but Final Fantasy
You probably like
16,
this one.
yeah, so you might like this one. It's more action RPG based, so you definitely might like this one a lot more than.
So,
Mhm.
no, I was gonna say like, so my biggest complaint is like if they're still dropping Kingdom Hearts games and Final Fantasy games, they're pretty much gonna be like the same game. So like because like the if they drop Kingdom Hearts 4, I guarantee you this game's gonna have a big influence in the gameplay style.
Yeah.
So
So the thing with Final Fantasy, right, is that every battle system since like 7 has been different. Like they try to change something, right? Even though it's been turn based, they add other stuff to it. And I think like this is the first Final Fantasy they're going full on action RPG. So we don't know if Final Fantasy 17 is full action based. And yeah, I agree. Like now you're overlapping. Kingdom Hearts was your action franchise, and now you have both Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy doing the same thing. I mean, I guess I can see it too, being like, hey, the more kid friendly Final Fantasy game to play is Kingdom Hearts, which has no more Final Fantasy characters. Because according to what's his name, Nomura, he says their Final Fantasy characters were just to drive people to get into the game, and that's it. But then you'll have like that,
bro,
and then
if
you have the
Kingdom
mature
Hearts
version
4
of that.
doesn't have Final Fantasy characters in it, I'm not buying it, dude. I'm not even playing it. I'm done with it, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's a big letdown that they don't do that. I don't know why. Like, come on, like that's what drew me into Kingdom Hearts. I can care less about the Disney characters. I just wanted Final Fantasy characters.
right.
Yeah,
Like, if there was no Final Fantasy characters in there, it would have been trash.
yeah, I agree, 100%.
I mean, that's kind of how Sora was based off of a Final Fantasy character design.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
Nomura who's done every Final Fantasy character design since yeah, I think almost every he's done every character design since 7 except for Final Fantasy 12 characters. But yeah, fam, what's your take on this trailer? Like, what were your favorite moments of this not trailer but state of play?
The kaiju scenes.
Mhm.
I mean, just getting to turn into an icon or a summoned
Mhm.
spirit and then fighting like large scale. It just brought me back to like Power Rangers.
It's a good take. Good take. Wednesday Power Rangers. Was it all? The movie comes out. What's it called? No, is it Once a Ranger? No.
Yeah, something like that. Like
Yeah.
once a ranger, always a ranger, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that one comes out, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, I see that happening. I do think it's kind of cool, like the
Or
3 stages you're gonna do. Like you fight like human to human, right? So it's like the dominant versus your main character, and then it's your main character versus the the actual like icon, and then it's icon versus icon, which is pretty cool. So every boss fight is going to be like that, which I don't mind. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And apparently every icon battle plays differently, so like each one will take inspiration from like a different type of game, it looks like. So I don't know, sounds interesting. Yeah, on Netflix, David, I'm gonna watch it. Like, love OG Power Rangers. Like, bring me back OG Power Rangers, and I'll watch it. Those were the real Rangers, where they actually did the actual like fighting stunts and stuff like that themselves. No offense to like the newer Rangers or actors that do that.
Heavy offense. Get better.
Yeah, I mean they were a lot of them were martial artists too, so they knew how to fight and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm super excited for Final Fantasy 16. Like, get it. I think it's gonna be the best Final Fantasy to come out in some time. David
I think the
says,
main character's name is funny though.
was it Clive? Right?
Clive, yeah.
Yeah. What's funny?
It's
about
like
it? Yeah.
what name what name sounds close to Cloud?
Oh,
It is a Cloud.
Yeah.
Clive. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. There's Clive. Yeah. You got Joshua, who's the brother.
And you always have a Sid. There's always a Sid in a Final Fantasy game.
Did they show off Sid yet? I don't think so.
Yeah,
They
the
did?
the dude that was like eating the apple. His name was Sid.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't hear
Yeah,
that part. Then
yeah,
yeah.
his name was Sid. I'm like, when I heard the Sid, I'm like, oh, there's Sid.
Then
There's
you
always
have
a Sid.
yeah. I'm happy that they show party members, but it looks like you're only gonna get 4 party members because you have Clive. I forgot what the girl is. That she's your
Well, they
child.
said they had a lot more to show, so I think this
Oh,
is
did
just
they?
kind of like a
Okay.
preview. At the end of the thing, dude said that like there's a bunch more to show that they
Yeah.
haven't showed.
Okay. Well, let's hope so because they've
So
been
I'm sure they're
showing the
not going
same
to
4
spoil.
characters. Yeah.
They're not going to
Yeah.
spoil everything. You know what I mean?
There's no
Like,
way there's just 4 characters. There's got to be
It's
more than that.
possible. Final Fantasy 15 only have 4.
that's true.
Yeah.
The time period's kind of like a weird take because they kept going like more futuristic, and then this one seemed like they went like full on like kind of like dark fantasy medieval.
Yeah. Went back to also. It's very. It feels like very Game of Thrones inspired for sure.
Yeah,
Which is not a bad thing. Yeah.
no, I don't mind it, but like I'm just surprised
Went
they
back to the
took that.
roots.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think they
And that's what
needed
Final
to.
Fantasy was all medieval at the beginning anyway. So
Yeah. Well, they were riding on the Final Fantasy 7 hype train, right? Final Fantasy 7 was more not futuristic, but more like
cyberpunk.
modern, like like steampunk
Just-
more, yeah.
yeah,
Or cyberpunk, you're right.
dystopian,
Like, more like,
apocalyptic, cyberpunk.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they kind of wanted like, yeah, we need more modern, and people were like, nah, we need more like fantasy, right? Which
Yeah,
I don't mind. I mean, you have Final Fantasy 7 remake now for your modern era type style, and then you have Final Fantasy 16 going back. So super excited about that. Can't wait. Like June 20, was it June 21st? 22nd? Yes. Ah, so close, so close. Got Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy 16 that month. Oof, my birthday.
I hope I'm
month.
able to beat Tears of the Kingdom by then, dude.
Yeah.
like,
Neither am I.
It's funny. I didn't beat Breath of the Wild till like a year or two later, and that's because I didn't want to fight Ganon. I was like, let me go ahead and search all around the whole map first, and then I'll fight Ganon. And then finally, I just gave in to fighting Ganon because like there's parts that I realized I was like, oh wow, I didn't visit this area, and I would just go over there. It's like, man, like I thought I visited the whole map. Like Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be ridiculous too. Like so, going back to Tears of the Kingdom for a little bit. One thing I did forget to mention is this might be very innovative, or not innovative, but more revolutionary in terms of open world exploration on the y-axis. Because, man, like the transition from the sky to the ground is ridiculous. Like no game has done that yet, except for Xenoblade Chronicles X. And then, of course, you have an underground area to explore. So, like, if the game is huge, not only in the general like horizontal axis, but also like on the Y vertical axis, I think that's gonna be revolutionary because no other open world game really does that when you think about it. I mean, you do have like Elden Ring that has the underground like area, but it's not as seamless, right? You have the elevator that's technically like a loading screen that takes you down. Where this,
a long loading screen.
yeah,
Too.
where this you know Link jumps off from Sky Island and he's just going down there, and then the draw distance is just amazing, especially for Switch hardware. It's like how like Nintendo are wizards at making games on their own consoles. Like they do ridiculous.
It's kind of hard to see
things.
the transition. Like
What do you mean?
like it's kind of hard to see the transition between it like being up there down, like because there's obviously some loading somewhere,
Yeah,
right? And that's what I'm saying. Like they hid that transition
yeah,
really, really, really well.
yeah. There is, or maybe they're using some hyper like tech that we don't know about that's coming soon. But yeah, it's ridiculous. I think it'll be revolutionary, and I feel like a lot more games might, like copy that. I can see.
I mean,
I
my game's
guess,
copying Breath of the Wild, so
yeah.
would not be surprised.
You guys remember when Assassin's Creed Origins came out? They delayed it and they added Breath of the Wild features to the game. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. So it was supposed to come out. I'm trying to remember when, but they delayed it for a few months, and then they added like because in Assassin's Creed Origins you got a bow and arrow, and they added like the jumping up and slowing down time and being able to like shoot your arrows at it and all that. Like started adding a bunch of those features. There, I was like, oh, I know where this came from.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that brings us to video game 20 questions. I have to say, give me a sec because I have to pull up the game because I gotta figure out why every time I click on a different window, like Discord just blacks out. Or actually, hold on, maybe I can apologize. Yeah, see, like it's weird every time. So if I have Discord open and I click on another window, Discord just blacks out on OBS, and this didn't happen until recently. I don't know why he's doing that.
It might be a setting on the source for Discord, possibly.
Okay.
There's probably something where it's like refreshing if it's not, or like turns off
Mhm.
when it's not in use or something like that. I think there's an actual like check mark setting you have to just uncheck.
All right. All right. I have the game pulled up here, so hopefully the screen doesn't black out. So, time for video game 20 questions. Let's go ahead and let the games begin. So far, I'm
Did you?
undefeated.
Okay, so you
Oh, yeah,
won
you
again
weren't
last
here
week,
last
right?
week.
Yeah, I won here
Yeah.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, last week I got him again.
That was stupid.
Yeah, last week's game was WarioWare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, you picked that. Okay, that's a hard one to do.
We
That's a
literally
hard
went
genre
through
to
it.
pick.
We
No,
went through every Nintendo IP because we narrowed it to Nintendo IPs, and none of us thought of WarioWare. Like,
It was funny. Like they had help too
Did
and
you
everything.
ask if it was part of the Mario franchise?
yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
he said no.
I mean, Wario is technically part of Mario, but not the actual like game franchise.
Yeah,
But
it's not the game franchise.
yeah.
So, and they kept trying to get the genre, and I was like, kind of like that's the thing they could have
I
got
don't know what
down.
you would. I don't know what you would categorize WarioWare as genre-wise. Like just puzzles, like puzzle.
It's a little bit of everything because there's
Yeah.
platformy sections. There's like there's
Yeah.
a bunch of mini games. The mini game
Yeah.
genre, I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, we have
It's a
7
tough.
people on Twitch and 5 people on YouTube watching. So let's see. You should have help this time. So let the
Alright, Twitch
games
chat.
begin.
All right, so I think we should start narrow it down the time frame, and then like the console probably.
Okay.
So did it come out after 2010?
Yes.
Okay. Did it come out after 2015?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, hold on.
okay.
I got to write.
So that
Slightly newer game.
did it come out before 2019?
No.
Oh, so it's like a new game.
New.
I was trying.
F-
I was trying to rule out the next gen consoles. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. But you said it came out before 20. He said no.
Hold
So
on.
basically, it had
yeah,
to come out after 2019, 2019 and
yeah,
beyond,
yeah,
within the last 4 years. Okay. So should we ask if it's a console exclusive?
yeah. Is it a console exclusive?
No.
Okay. So
Mm,
we've got a lot of choices because this is around the time frame that like everything came out on everything.
yeah, it's a fairly recent game. I feel
All
like we
right.
don't do those.
So since it's not a console exclusive, should we like try to narrow down genre or franchises? Right? Because there's no point in thinking whether it's a Sony or Xbox or Nintendo, right? We need to
Right.
think in
We
broad
should.
terms.
I think we should try genre.
Okay.
Like, we could probably start like first person shooter, then go from there.
Okay.
All right. Is it a first person shooter?
No.
Is it
Would you say a JRPG? Want to try JRPG?
should we do RPG? The all encompassing?
Yeah, sure. And then we can kind
Yeah.
of narrow it down whether
Yeah.
it's tactic style or action or
Is
JRPG.
it a RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it a JRPG?
Mm, what
Was
would
it
you
made in Japan?
consider? Okay.
Like-
Yes.
okay.
What was that? What was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was yes, sir.
What's a JRPG? Okay.
So it's a JRPG that came out in the past few years, and it's not. What came out? What about Live a Lie or whatever?
Live Alive? Uh, yeah. I mean, I consider that a JRPG style game.
Does it have 2D HD graphics?
No.
Okay, so that
That
cuts
rules the
that out.
Octopath
Yeah,
Traveler in that game. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
The Triangle Strategy just came out
And
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
triangle strategy. Yeah.
Hmm. A JRPG that came out
The
within the last 4 years, and it's not console exclusive.
multi-platform.
So would that be any of the Persona series? Because the Persona series are considered JRPGs.
I guess we can. Is it? We can ask if it's part of the Persona series.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too easy though. We can still ask though. Is it part of the Persona series?
No.
Okay. Hmm.
Should we ask if it's like turn-based or actiony, like action RPG, that kind of deal?
Um. I mean, you want to narrow down the style of RPG, whether it's we can do
Yeah.
that.
Cause is it a turn-based
No.
style?
Okay. So if
So
it's
it's
not turn
probably like
based,
a it's probably like a
N-
it's either
action like
action or
And,
tactic style.
and that is 10.
what came out in the past few years? Huh.
Um, what did he define JRPG as again?
Made in Japan.
In Japan. No, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much like
Yeah.
almost every single RPG was. All right. Do we want to differentiate between action RPG versus tactic style RPG?
Yeah, we can. Is it like an action RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
What about Crisis Core?
Yeah.
The remake came out.
Yeah. I was also thinking of the Mana series.
Did that come
Because
out in the past years?
yeah, they did a remake on the Switch.
Should we ask if it's made by Square Enix just to not call that out?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it made by Square Enix?
No.
Okay.
See, there goes our plan. What came out in the past few years? It's an action RPG. Nier was made by Square Enix, right? The Square Enix,
Uh, I think so.
like Automata or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's Square Enix, right? Would Elden Ring be action RPG? Not really, huh? It's like a Souls like its own genre.
Yeah, I wouldn't define that as an action RPG, but
It's its own thing. What the hell?
hmm. Yeah, I don't know who made Nier. I'm guessing Square, but I'm not 100% sure because I actually never played it.
I don't think
All right, chat, help us out.
that it's that hard.
Looks
Trying to
like they
think. It's
need
from
help. If you're on chat, go ahead and give them some help.
2019. When did Dragon? Oh, that's Square Enix, isn't it? Yeah.
While you guys do that, I forgot. I have to I didn't get that link for for Spotify. I gotta get that on there while you guys are trying to figure that out.
Yeah, because he said no to turn based, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
action.
All right.
Yeah. I keep thinking of things, and they're all turn based. What about Struggling.
I'm going like through my brain, my like Rolodex of games in the last 5
Well,
years. Just trying to remember.
yeah, like I'm like thinking, I'm like I can't remember like wait, should we ask if it's a remake or a remaster?
Just real quick while you guys are thinking that, I did post in the chat the link to our podcast on Spotify. So if you want to go ahead and follow us on there and also give it a listen, I would appreciate that.
Should we ask if it's like a remake or a remaster?
We could, yeah.
Is it a remake or a remaster?
No, it is not.
Okay, so it's a new IP altogether.
Should we ask if it's a numbered game?
If it's a numbered game,
Or if it's like if there's multiple games in the series?
sure.
Is there multiple games in the series?
Yes.
Huh.
Hmm.
There's multiple games in the series. What in the world, dude?
Who made Nino Kuni?
I don't know. Did that come on the past 4 years?
Yeah, because there's a second one, the
Okay.
white
Oh,
white
you're
witch
right.
or something like that. Or
Appreciate
or,
it, AP40.
no. But there was a second one. There's a Nino Kuni 2. I know the first one came out a while ago, but the second one came out within recently.
We can ask if it's part of that franchise.
Okay.
Or what? Oh, what about Bayonetta? Did that just come out on the Switch?
Yeah.
Or did
That
that?
was,
Okay.
and Bayonetta 3 is the one that came out recently.
I thought it dropped on PC. It didn't drop on PC. It was just Switch, right?
Oh, I know 1 and 2 came out on Xbox as well.
Yeah.
But 3, I'm pretty sure 3 was only on Switch.
Yeah. We can ask if it's a Nino Kuni franchise.
Yeah. Is it part
Is
of the Nino Kuni franchise?
No.
Okay.
And that is 15.
Man, he's picking some hard ones.
This one came on the past few years. What have I been
Yeah.
doing, dude?
Been waiting for Tears of the Kingdom. That's what.
Yeah, I've been hibernating, bro. What about The Witcher? When that come out? Is that it? No, it's Polish.
Yeah, but that's yeah. It was not made from a Japanese developer.
The only thing, Bayonetta just dropped that like JRPG-ish like game.
On the Switch.
It's
Yeah,
just on
right.
the Switch though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would he are you considering any of the Souls-like games an action RPG?
I cannot answer that question.
Yeah. Now we're getting into some. Okay. Should we ask if it's a game developed by Hidekata Miyazaki?
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Is it a game developed by Hidekata Miyazaki? By Miyazaki?
No, it is not.
Okay, all right, because that knocks out every single all the Souls-like games. All right, just making sure.
We should have asked if it's from software.
Yeah, but then, I mean, it would have been pretty much the same, wouldn't it?
Because if there was a game that he didn't work on that release, then he's gonna use.
I mean,
that as
he
a technical
pretty
element.
much had his hand on every single, all the Dark Souls, Sekiro. The only thing I can't think of that he may not have a hand in was Bloodborne.
That didn't come on the past few years.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So, and he had a hand in Elden Ring. So, Come on, chat, give us some help.
You have 3 questions and a guess left. 3 questions and a guess. And AP40, I don't know if you were following us before or if you followed us during stream. If you did follow us during the stream, I appreciate it. If you follow us from before, I appreciate it. Because my alerts have been going all over the place for whatever reason. I wasn't getting a lot of like the follow alerts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm at a loss. I can't think of an action RPG that came out the past few years.
And for everybody tuning in, we are playing video game 20 questions. It's how we end the podcast usually. Fan and Mike have 3 questions and a guest left.
I mean,
you found us today? Appreciate it. Thank you.
What about Neo?
Neo.
That was from Team Ninja, and that's basically like a Dark Souls like game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was only on PlayStation. Never mind, that's console exclusive. Never mind. Yeah, they didn't come out on the other.
Are you sure?
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because I see it on the freaking like Best Buy on like the greatest hits for Sony on the PS5.
Appreciate it, AP40.
When Diablo 3 come out?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the past 4 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And that's a US publisher anyway.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm like, I don't know.
Think.
There's multiple games in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
The only thing I could maybe any of the Tales series, like Tales of Arise, because that's technically
that's a good one.
like.
Is it part of the Tales series?
Because that's made by Namco or Bandai Namco.
Is it part of the Tales series?
Oh, sorry, I was looking through something. Yes.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay.
Real quick before we continue, shout out to AP40. I just saw the notification on Twitch. You did subscribe to us or follow us 52 minutes ago. For whatever reason, Streamlabs is not showing the alerts. This is like the second day it's done that. I gotta fix that. I think I'm gonna move everything to Stream Elements because I don't like missing alerts. I like to shout out everybody that follows us and subscribes to us. So my apologies for not shouting you out. That's not something we don't usually do that. We always shout out everybody who follows us. So apologies for that.
Okay. So the only recent Tales game I can think of is Tales of Arise. That's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, unless he's considering Tales of Symphonia, the remake. It's either Tales of Arise or Tales of Symphonia.
Didn't we ask if it was a remake and remaster? He said no? Or did he say yes?
Did we ask that?
You did ask that.
Yeah, and he said, okay. It's Tales of Arise.
You said no, right?
I said no, right?
Yep. Yeah, so it has to be Tales of Arise.
It's Tales of Arise. The game's Tales of Arise.
Are you guessing that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Are you sure, fan?
I mean, can you think of any other Tales game?
I can't think of any other
Tales game.
Nah, it's Tales of Arise. Yeah, I'm sure. 100% all in.
Yeah.
The game is Tales of Arise.
You
got it. It is Tales of Arise. I was like, oh man, when you said it was hard, I was like, this was actually the easy one. I had a harder one picked out for last week, and I didn't do it because you weren't on the podcast because I figured you would help them out a lot. And then this one, the hard one, I want to save for when Ash joins the podcast or when Ash is back on the podcast. It is Tales of Arise. Nice job. Took you guys long enough. I was like, man, like this was the easy one, and you guys are taking so long. I even mentioned
so many choices. That's the problem. It's like since it's so recent.
I think it's multi-platform games is what throws it off because it's hard to pinpoint multi-platform.
Yeah, nice job. Man, I was worried. I was like, man, like, am I gonna have to be again doing video game 20 questions? Awesome job, guys. You guys did it. Not in record time, but you did it. I guess next one will be Ash hosting again, so I gotta let him know that he has to choose the game again. So super excited for that to happen. But yeah, that is all we have for today. Once again, if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. We do put out videos weekly. Typically, we try to do at least 2 videos a week. We have right now, I believe last week's was the Hogwarts Legacy video by Mike, and I went over Advanced Wars. The week before that, we have done the April games of the month, so 10 games in April to look out for by Mike, and then I did a Mega Man Battle Network video. We'll have 2 more videos coming up this week, maybe 3. Like, I try not to promise 3, but I will promise you at least 2 videos a week. That is our goal, is to always do 2 videos a week on YouTube. So definitely check us out on YouTube. Also, if you're not following us on Twitch, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and follow us on Twitch as well, as we do stream on both platforms simultaneously. You know, I know some people prefer Twitch over YouTube and vice versa. That's why we're trying to, put ourselves out there as well. We're also now on Spotify, so definitely follow us on Spotify. I did drop the links in the chat on both YouTube and Twitch, so check us out there. We are trying to hit our goal of 100 listens. Once we get 100 listens on Spotify within 60 days, we actually get monetization, which is great because then that'll help us get better equipment, such as better cameras, so we can, look better on the camera, right? Get that higher resolution, looking at better equipment for our streaming, all that other good stuff.
And it lets us buy games and hardware to test out.
The most important thing is games and hardware, because those aren't free, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. Yeah, we do have to spend money on that. So yeah, between me and Mike, I don't even know how much money we've blown on trying to get this stuff.
That's a big oomph.
I know I've been buying a lot more games recently. I'm not even like doing your video game review stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going into that.
Every time I'm telling my wife all the time, I was like, I gotta get this. Like, we gotta get this. I gotta cover this. It's one of those things. But we're trying to put out that good content for everybody to enjoy. Not only that, because we enjoy this as well, and we like to give our views on that. We try to give you an unbiased view on what things are about. That's why, like, a lot of our games, like Mike does more of the game reviews. Excuse me. The Celsius is hitting me. Mike does more of the game reviews. I do more of like the overall like thoughts on the game and like what to expect in the game. I don't really get into the review stuff. Mike's the reviewer there. Except for hardware. I've done a couple of hardware stuff, and then Mike has also done hardware, such as his Nixie controller video. So yeah. But yeah, follow us on Spotify. Watch it on there as well. I appreciate that. We're uploading the video version to Spotify. Yeah, we're just uploading on Spotify there, so you can also watch this on there, and we're trying to hit that goal for sure. Again, thank you everybody who subscribed to us on YouTube. We are at that 2,000 plus mark in watch hours, so close to being partner. We just need that 1,000 subscriber as well, which we're getting there. 12 more subscribers to 300, which is our April goal, and I know we'll get there with your guys' help. Fan, where can I find you at?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube at Phaneckswhy. Then also here on Sundays and whatever days we do our group streams, because those have been kind of flipping back and forth.
Yeah, it's been we'll do it this Friday, because I was thinking of streaming Advanced Wars, but I'm probably not gonna stream Advanced Wars. So we'll have another group stream this Friday for sure. Mike, where can I catch you at?
Right here, big chillin', playing games when I have time.
And then
Spending G's.
And as always, you can find me here. Next week, we will have a special guest in MP Sensei. He's going to be joining us next week. And of course, Ash will also be back. So we're going to talk about a little bit about MP Sensei, what he does. And then, of course, we'll have more topics to talk about in the video game world. Thanks for watching. My name is James, and we are the Random Encounter Podcast. And we will see you next time.
Bye.